Welcome to the Real Estate Guide to Success quick tip video series. How's everybody doing? My name is Vance Poindexter. I'm here with our resident real estate guru, Mr. Ronnie Adams.
All right, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Good to see you. Today's topic is going to be the 5 biggest mistakes that beginning real estate investors make. Number 1 we have listed here is people think they have bad credit, but in reality, their credit's okay.
Yeah. A lot of times people don't understand that. They think that when they are paying their bills, all right, my bill is due on the 1st. They give me a grace period till about the 15th or whatever it is, but I paid my bill on the 20th. So the first thing that they're thinking is I'm late.
Right.
So they had a late fee with the creditor. So they figure I have bad credit because I do that every month.
Okay.
But in actuality, when you pull their credit with the credit bureau, there's only a 30, 60, and a 90-day slot to be late.
Right.
So they could literally pay their bill on the 25th. As long as the creditor received the money on the 25th, they're not late. Okay. Because there was no spot for 25th. They have to make it to 30. So they may never have, they could pay on if the creditor got the money on the 29th every single month, then that person has actually good credit.
Okay, and I guess if they also got their credit report and checked it out, they would see that.
Well, you would need to take a look at it. You know, a lot of times people don't take a look at it. They don't know what it is. You know, you'd be surprised how many people I run across that have bad credit. You really don't have bad credit. I've sold houses to people that they thought they had bad credit. Their credit was actually pretty good.
All right. Number 2, we have that people use the wrong kind of real estate agent. What does that mean?
People will walk into a new investor. He'll walk into or she will walk into a realtor, and they pick the first person that they see.
Right.
They're like, oh, well, I got a realtor here. But they don't, what people don't understand is that realtors, they specialize in certain things too. Okay. So you don't want a realtor who's just fly by night. I just sell a property that's on the MLS. Mm-hmm. You want a realtor who deals with investment properties. Okay. That person is going to have dealings with or relationships with banks. The banks send the listings to that particular realtor. Okay. So then you're going to see, or that realtor is going to get all the listings before they actually hit. Right. So you want to be able to use a realtor who deals with investment properties. And
I think you also mentioned in one of our podcasts in the past that you don't want a realtor that also buys and sells properties for themselves. Right?
Yeah. I've had a problem with that before, where you don't want a realtor who's in the business.
Okay.
A quick little story. I happened to go to a realtor. He was in the business. I didn't know. I found out after the fact. He ended up having property. So I came to him and said, well, I'm looking to buy a property, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, when we went and looked at the property, it was great. I'm like, oh man, this is lovely, right. So I'm going to get the property, whatever. I found out later, of course, I lose the bid. Why? Because that realtor knew what my bid was. Oh. I find out that realtor, the guy who won the bid, happened to be a friend of the realtor.
Shady.
There you go. So, if everybody was playing on an even playing field and playing fair, I would say you can use whatever realtor you want when it comes to that type. Outside of that, they're not. You could lose really good deals, and because he's in the business. He's going to show you what he doesn't want anymore.
Right, not the good ones.
Yeah, not the good ones. Okay. He took the good ones.
All right, cool. All right. What about people just going to a bank instead of using other financing options?
Most people, especially being a beginning investor, again, there's nothing wrong with the bank. The banks are good to go to. They give you a lower interest rate. Your closing costs are going to be lower with them, but they're harder on investment properties. Okay. They really want to lend to you for you to live in a house or be an owner occupant.
Okay.
I don't like going to them because if you go to one bank, they're going to run your credit. If they deny you, then you're going to go to another bank. They're going to run your credit. Each time your credit is run, your score could drop a little bit.
Okay.
So I would suggest, and I like to go to a broker. If you go to a broker, then you're going to deal with a loan officer at that particular company. Now, he's going to run your credit one time.
Okay.
And then he's going to shop it to maybe to some of the banks. But he's going to shop your loan to some other lenders. Now, he'll show them his credit report. And then he'll say they'll qualify you on his credit report. But then what they'll in turn do is they'll say, okay, well now we have to run this credit to make sure that his credit is what it is.
To verify.
Yeah, to pretty much verify it. But once he run, your credit's only run twice then. Not going to individual banks. You could be 4 or 5 times.
Gotcha. All right. Another one, number 4 actually, is people tend to confuse a investment property purchase as their like it's their own personal home, right?
Yeah. Well, I did in the beginning, my first couple of properties. You buy the property, you're excited. You go you should be excited. You go into the property and you're, okay, I'm fixing it up, but you're fixing it up as you would like to, if you were living there.
Right.
Now, okay, well, the bathrooms, a lot of times we don't want a regular toilet. We want a nice toilet. That one costs more money. I don't want to put, just sheet goods down or linoleum down on the floor. I want ceramic tile because it's going to look nice.
That's right.
When we get to the kitchen, you end up spending a lot of money that is, money that you don't really need to spend. You can get that house habitable, which would be in very good condition, where the tenant can live there, and then, you want to get the most work for the least amount of money. Right. That's what you want to do.
The goal is to make money, right?
It's a business.
Okay.
That's what it is. Don't forget that it is a business. And if you get a tenant in there that messes the house up, now you're going to be real upset. Yeah. Because now you're taking it personal.
Right.
So don't do that.
Excellent. All right, last one. Our last mistake that most beginning investors make has to do with not trying or not getting started. Just thinking that I can't do this, or how do I do this? And keep stirring and next thing you know, years gone by and you haven't done anything.
I haven't done anything. This is, you go to, people have seminars, and you go to the seminar, everybody's excited, after the person gets done, and I've been to a number of seminars, after the person gets done talking, there might be 100 people in there, and next thing you know, everybody jumps up with their money, right? And they're buying books, they're buying systems, and I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, I can't believe all these people are jumping up and doing this. But what they do is a shame, but people will buy the system, they'll buy a book, they'll get the information, and they won't do anything. They'll wait until the next book comes out, they'll buy the book, they'll buy the system, and then they won't do anything. That's one reason why we started this website, was just to give people information, so that you could take the first step. Because I was that person who didn't take the first step at first, but you take a step, you make a mistake, you take another step. I mean, that's what we do when we learn to walk. We would be 40 years old, still crawling around if we didn't take a chance. So yeah, people, they have to take the first step, take the chance.
And we recommend that people come to our website, realestateguidetosuccess.com. Check out our free email course that we have there for beginning real estate investors. Look around the site. We have podcasts. We have all kinds of information out there. And that's a great way to take that first step and to take some action. All right. Thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, until next time.
I'll see you next time. Thanks.